What if I told you that right now, in 2026, you can build a brand that makes money around the clock, never shows your face, and runs mostly on AI? Not in the future, right now, today. I know that sounds like a bold claim, but stick with me because by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly why 2026 is a completely different game than anything we've seen before, and why people who get started now have a massive unfair advantage. My name is Sarmatic, an AI avatar, and on this channel, we break down exactly how to use AI to build a faceless digital brand, even if you're starting from absolute zero. Today, we're covering the three main reasons why 2026 is the year to go all in on this. We'll look at what's changed in the market, how AI has shifted the playing field, and what that means for regular people like you and me who don't have a team, a budget, or a personal brand to fall back on. If you've been sitting on the fence wondering whether this is the right time, this video is your answer. Let's get into it. Reason 1. AI has demolished the skill barrier. Let's start with the most obvious reason, and honestly, the one that changes everything. The skill barrier is essentially gone. Think about what it used to take to build a content brand. Even just 5 years ago, you needed to learn video editing. You needed to understand SEO and copywriting. You needed a decent microphone, a camera, maybe even a studio setup. You needed to show up on camera consistently over months and years before you'd see any real traction. Most people couldn't do it, not because they weren't smart, but because the upfront cost of skills and tools was just too high. 2026 is different, fundamentally different. AI tools have reached a point where they can handle the parts of content creation that used to require specialized expertise. We're talking about script writing, video narration, thumbnail design, SEO research, short form repurposing, email sequences, all of it. Let me give you a concrete example. Say you want to start a faceless YouTube channel about personal finance. In 2019, your week looked like this. Write a 10-minute script from scratch, film yourself, edit the footage, design a thumbnail, write the description, and then do it all again 7 days later. In 2026, you prompt an AI to research a trending topic in your niche, generate a full script optimized for watch time, convert that script to a voiceover using a text-to-speech tool, pair it with AI-generated visuals or stock clips, auto-generate captions, design the thumbnail with an AI design tool, and post, all in a fraction of the time. Here's the important thing to understand. The AI isn't replacing your creativity. It's removing the bottlenecks. You're still the one choosing the niche, the positioning, the angle. You're still the strategic brain behind the brand. The AI just executes faster and cheaper than any human team ever could. This is why beginners in 2026 have an edge that beginners in 2019 never had. You don't have to spend 2 years learning the craft before you can ship quality content. You can start now, ship now, and learn as you go, with AI filling in the gaps. Reason 2. The market has shifted toward anonymity. The second reason is something a lot of people don't talk about, and it might actually be the most powerful shift happening in the creator economy right now. There is a massive and growing audience that prefers content from faceless brands. I know that sounds counterintuitive. We've spent years being told that people buy from people and that personal branding is everything, and that's still true for some types of content. But look at what's happening on YouTube, on podcasts, on newsletters. Some of the fastest growing channels don't have a host personality. They don't have a face. They're built around a topic, a tone, and a consistent format, and their audiences are fiercely loyal. Think about channels in the true crime space, the finance space, the tech explainer space, channels that are basically narrated slideshows or documentary-style videos with no on-camera presenter. These channels routinely hit hundreds of thousands, even millions of subscribers. Why is this happening? A few reasons. First, content overload. There is more content than ever, and audiences are becoming more sophisticated about what they consume. They're not tuning in for a personality anymore. They're tuning in for information, for insight, for entertainment. If you can deliver that consistently, it doesn't matter whether there's a face behind it. Second, and this is the AI angle, text-to-speech and AI voiceover technology has gotten incredibly good. We're talking about voices that sound natural, expressive, and professional. The uncanny valley that used to make AI voices feel robotic, it's shrinking fast. Audiences accept and even prefer these voices for certain types of content. But here's the shift that's even bigger than audience preference. Brand trust is moving from people to systems. What I mean is this. When people follow a channel called the AI Breakdown or Wealth Simplified, they're not following a person, they're following a brand promise. They're saying, I trust this channel to consistently give me quality content on this specific topic. The brand is the product. And as a faceless creator, that's incredibly powerful because the brand is not dependent on you showing up on camera, performing, looking good, or having charisma. The brand grows based on quality, consistency, and positioning. All things that AI can help you nail from day one. There's also a practical element here that we shouldn't overlook. A lot of people, especially beginners, are held back by fear. Fear of judgment, fear of criticism, fear of putting their face out there and having people tear it apart in the comments. A faceless brand removes that entire obstacle. You can build, ship, and grow without any of that psychological baggage. Reason 3, the monetization window is wide open. All right, so we've talked about the tools and we've talked about the market. Now let's talk about the part everyone actually cares about, money. The third reason 2026 is a perfect time to build a faceless brand is that the monetization ecosystem has never been more accessible to beginners. Here's what I mean. In the early days of YouTube, the only way to monetize was ad revenue, and you needed a massive audience before that revenue even registered. If you had 10,000 subscribers, you were making maybe $50 a month. That's not a business. That's a hobby. Fast forward to 2026, and creators, including faceless ones, have access to multiple income streams that were either too complex or too inaccessible for beginners just a few years ago. Let's break them down quickly. Number 1, ad revenue. Yes, it still exists, and it's still a solid passive income stream once you hit monetization thresholds. The difference now is that AI helps you produce at a volume and consistency that builds an audience faster, which means you hit those thresholds faster. Number 2, affiliate marketing. This is massive for faceless brands. You recommend a product in a video or newsletter, someone clicks your link and buys, you get a commission. No product creation, no customer service, and AI can help you write affiliate optimized content that converts, product comparisons, tutorials, best of roundups, all of it. Number 3, digital products. This is where the real leverage is: an AI-created ebook, a prompt library, a template pack, a mini course. These can be created quickly with AI assistance and sold over and over with zero fulfillment cost. One product, infinite sales. Number 4, sponsorships. As your channel grows, brands will pay to reach your audience, and a faceless channel in a specific niche can actually command higher CPMs than a general personal brand, because you have a laser-targeted audience that sponsors actually want. But here's the thing I really want you to understand. The window for this opportunity is not permanently open. Every time a new platform or a new format emerges, there's an early mover advantage. The people who jumped on YouTube in 2010 had a very different experience than people who started in 2018. The people who built email newsletters in 2015 built audiences that are nearly impossible to replicate from scratch today. AI-powered faceless content is at that early mover stage right now. The tools are new enough that most creators aren't using them well. The niches are wide open, the competition is low, and the audiences are hungry for quality content. That window will close. It always does. But right now, in 2026, it's about as open as it's going to get. Okay, let's bring this all together. We covered the 3 reasons why 2026 is the perfect time to build a faceless brand. Reason 1, AI has demolished the skill barrier. You don't need years of expertise to produce professional content anymore. The tools are here, they're accessible, and they're designed for beginners. Reason 2, the market has shifted. Audiences are loyal to brands and topics, not just faces. Faceless content is not a compromise. It's a legitimate and growing format with a huge underserved audience. Reason 3, the monetization window is wide open. Multiple income streams are accessible from day one, AI speeds up your path to them, and the early mover advantage in this space is real and right now. Now here's what I want you to do. If you're sitting there thinking, okay, I'm interested, but where do I actually start? I've got you covered. I made a video specifically for beginners that walks through the exact step-by-step process for setting up your first AI faceless channel from scratch, including which tools to use, how to pick a niche, and how to produce your first piece of content. I'll put a link in the description, and if you found this video valuable, drop a like. It genuinely helps the channel grow, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We go deep on AI content strategy every single week. I'll see you in the next one.